What's your secret?
As I've said, I'm David Copeland from the Environmental Health Team at Allerdale Borough Council. Allerdale Borough Council, if you want to check my team. And my colleague Elaine Watson. Thank you very much.
Absolutely diddly squat.
This afternoon, it's just to undertake a routine check of the vehicle.
I don't consent to that.
Well, under the provisions of the food hygiene regulations, we can check.
Is that an act?
It's the regulations.
No, is that an act?
Food hygiene England regulations.
Is that an act? Or is that a law?
It's a statutory
It's a
power.
statutory act.
We can
I don't
check
consent to
the vehicle.
statutory acts.
Right. Well, that's the case.
I am a freeman on the land, and I go solely under common law.
Yeah.
So if you want to use any laws against me, then I suggest you use the proper laws, which are laws of the land. I have revoked all consent to be governed. So no statutes apply to me, no acts apply to me, only common law applies to me. Do you understand that? If you wish to contest that, then I have a contract with David Cameron. I can show you that contract, and you can take it away, you can look at it, and then you can come back to me.
And I must state at the moment that my colleague Ken Sharples from the Allerdale licensing team is also on site. Ken, if you want to say anything.
I said that we're recording us to the ice cream trade at Cafel's on the 26th of July.
So if I could ask your name, please, sir.
Under what law?
Under the general provisions.
No,
I'm
under
asking.
what law? Am I committing
the-
an offence?
Yes, under the Food Hygiene England
No.
regulations and the Food Safety Act 1990.
Am I committing an offence? A
Yes.
criminal offence?
Yes.
What criminal offence is that then?
No, under the Food Safety Act,
Is that a criminal offence?
if you let me finish please, and the Food Hygiene England regulations 2006, we can gain access to it. We can gain access to it. We can gain access to it. We can gain access to any premises which is being used as a food business at any reasonable hour.
You can if you get consent, but you don't have
No.
consent from me.
And I'm asking for that.
Why should I give you consent?
That's money.
Makes me for his consent.
So if you're not giving me
I am
consent-
free under common law. I am free to trade, to barter, to exchange without fee, levy, licence.
Okay.
That is the law of the land. Are you trying to tell me something else?
I hear what you say. Now, you're committing obstruction if you're not actually permitting us to access
What
the
obstruction?
vehicle. Obstruction under the regulations which I've previously stated.
What obstruction?
Right. So for that reason, I'll caution you.
You're not cautioning me because I don't stand under any statements.
Right, for obstruction.
What
that
obstruction?
You're obstructing an officer undertaking.
But you haven't given me the
routine.
law. You haven't given me
sorry.
the law,
I've stated
which
what
you
I've
need to
stated.
come into my van. This is my property. If you come in my property, I will sue you. Now, what law? We're talking law of the land under common law.
As I refer
My
to-
rights will not be infringed upon.
Okay, yes, I understand, I hear what you say. But I also stated, under the Food Hygiene England regulations, we have a right to gain access and inspect food premises, under the regulations. So I must say...
But is that an act?
You do not
No, I
have to
don't
say
stand
anything.
under your statement. You don't even know who I am. You don't know what I'm doing.
Well, I understand
If that's
that
an
you're
act, don't... Who's Mr.
Well, I understand that you're
I'm not Mr. No.
You do not have to say anything.
I
but
don't
in
stand
my
under your
defence,
statement.
If you do not mention when you're
This is where Mr. Copeland gets very power hungry. He can swallow up his words. He can spit them out. He can chew them around. But they don't mean nothing to me.
Yo, teddy bear! Yeah.
Absolutely diddly squat. Now then. What a load of bollocks. What a load of bollocks. Excuse me, I don't stand under your statements. Are you talking to somebody? Are you going to talk properly?
Halogen, your ice cream van is so cool. Like, nobody, no muppets need to cool. I can't do it. Stop. I couldn't do it. Just stop a minute. Stop.
There's no mistake here. Excuse me. There's no mistake. I can take you to Mr. I can take you to Mr. You want to see Mr.
Your name then, sir?
What?
I've asked your name.
Why do I have to give you my name?
Halogen, your ice cream van is so cool. Like, nobody, no muppets need to cool. I can't do it. Stop. I couldn't do it. Just stop a minute. Stop.
Halogen's ice cream van, he should be left alone to trade. He's not doing anybody any harm, and all these lot just gun hunting for cash for government plans or whatever it is. You should leave them alone.
Because I've requested it as
Well,
an officer.
If
of
you've
a local
requested it,
authority.
I can deny a request. And I'll deny your request.
Okay.
Until you tell me the
You deny
law,
request.
the law which I have to give you, my law, and that applies to the police officer as well. The police officer cannot ask me for my name if I am not committing a criminal offence.
The police officer could ask you for your name if you
But
Right.
I'm not obliged to give him my name.
No, you've been asked.
Now,
on
I've been
numerous
down this path
occasions.
before. Now, I've had a police officer arrest me.
Yes, I do remember that day indeed. Do you remember that day? That day when I got arrested for going into Curry's PC world and trying to claim my rights to my broken camera.
Yes, I remember you doing that, yes.
I've actually got the paperwork with me. I'm now suing that police officer
Well, that
because
is
he
no-
arrested me because
that
I
is
wouldn't
in
give him my
no
name.
connection to this.
Yeah. So
issue.
what are you doing?
No, we're here.
This
Oh,
this
for-
is this a
excuse
civil
me.
dispute or is this a police criminal investigation?
If you let me finish, it's merely a
I mean,
fact.
you're purely just a bystander in all this to keep the peace. Am I right?
That's right.
And you are acting upon your oath today, aren't you?
Pardon?
You're acting upon your oath. You took a swore oath of attestation when you became a police
I did
constable.
indeed,
Would you like me to give you that oath?
I'm all right.
I do solemnly and sincerely declare and affirm that I will and truly serve the Queen in the office of constable with fairness, integrity, diligence and impartiality, upholding fundamental human rights and according equal respect to all people, and that I will, to the best of my power, cause the peace to be kept and preserved and prevent all offences against me and people and property, and that I will continue to hold the said office. I will, to the best of my skill and knowledge, discharge all duties therein according to law. Is that correct?
So I've talked to those people.
Right.
Yeah,
Fair play to the police constable. He kept true to his oath. And as you can see, he wasn't interested in what was going on between myself and the agents. It was just like a mad bit of dream. Well, I was just
Right.
reading out
Yeah.
your oath of attestation.
Okay. Well, I'm not disputing.
Yeah.
I won't dispute
So
that.
you're only here to keep the peace.
Okay.
You can't arrest me. It's not.
Can I-
I've not committed an arrestable offence.
Getting back to the case in point, all food businesses and premises who are trading have to comply with the statutory law.
With statutory law, I've just told you. Yes, I have a contract as notified to David Cameron. I have it in my bag.
Did you notice the police constable walking around my van? He's now looking to get some business out of this transaction. Maybe I have a bald tire. But on this occasion, all my tires were good.
Right. In here is my contract with David Cameron.
So your name is?
I don't have to tell you my name.
Well, so you keep referring to your contract.
But this is a contract with David Cameron. He didn't reply. He was given a notice, a 7-day notice, to contest everything which is in my statement of truth, my affidavit. Now in that affidavit I have claimed my right to trade, which is still a right that exists today, because we are in a common law society, am I right?
Right, well, we're referring to the statutes.
Yes,
which we
but
were
I've
in.
claimed my rights. See, people who consent to statutes are the people that contribute to giving the money to the government. The government then put that money into the consolidation fund, and that consolidation fund is distributed out, and a lot of it is distributed out to the armies.
Okay.
And funding wars in other countries, which I do not agree with.
Don't kick no lines.
So in there, I have claimed all my rights, my inalienable human rights. You might have not claimed your rights yet, but you told me before when I last met you that you knew the law, but you couldn't give me the law. You didn't know, you didn't tell me the law, you told me a statute. A statute is completely different to the law of this land. Am I right? A statute is given the force of law via consent. You don't have my consent. So can you please go away?
Caution for the obstruction of
I don't
office.
stand under your
And
statement whatsoever.
I also state
I don't
that
stand under your statement.
a report will be submitted because you're
You-
not registered.
You
as a food
can
premises.
submit whatever reports you like. You can do what you have to do in your statute world. But until you come here and tell me that I have broken the law, which is common law, which I have claimed my rights to, then we have no argument.
Well, at this point. I
And
think
just for
we've
your
ceased
information
the
anyway,
conversation.
you never asked, but I do actually have a food and health hygiene certificate. But you never asked for that, but I do have one.
The first step's just to register with us.
Why do I have to register? What are the benefits of registering? Tell me.
It's a legal obligation.
Illegal.
Statute.
I don't do legal and I don't do illegal. I do lawful and unlawful,
Well,
which is
we're
the
not
laws
in
of
a
the land.
position to
Illegal
argue-
and legal are
Wait.
definitions
Right.
used in the United Kingdom as part of the corporation. Do you know the United Kingdom is trading as a corporation? Do you know that?
A report will be submitted.
You can submit your reports, but who are you going to submit your reports about?
Made on that, and we are not here to argue.
You don't even know who I am.
Against common law.
You don't know who I am. And I will not be attending no magistrates' courts because magistrate courts are de facto courts. They're not there to listen to people, they are there to issue.
Okay, thank you. Well, I think we will cease the conversation at this point. So the time is.
To issue fines.
20 to 3.
So people have to pay them to pay people like you to come out and tell me that I shouldn't do that when I'm already entitled to do it. Have you claimed your rights, your human rights?
Okay.
Have you claimed your rights?
No,
Have you claimed your
we're
rights?
not going to be going down that route. I'm not here to converse with you
But-
about that.
But you're here stressing statutes at me. So you haven't
We are
claimed your
here
rights.
To ensure that the public are kept safe and the public.
I'll tell you something now, yeah? This is just me off my back. Every time I serve an ice cream, I wash my hands with the alcohol, kills all germs, I wash my stuff. All I'm doing is handling cones, the rest of my stuff is pre-packaged. I'm not causing no one any danger.
Have a little look.
I'm not letting you in, I'm just telling you, right? as a freeman on the land, yeah, I have full duties to look after every fellow mankind. So I have to look after everybody. I won't put another human in jeopardy. But again, I'm not under caution because I haven't stood under your statement. How can I be under caution? You don't know who I am. Your caution doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. You don't have any powers whatsoever. You're merely playing a role in a big game.
Okay, thank you. Right, thank you. Well, I think we've ceased.
Thank you for your time anyway. Hello.
All right.
Would you like an ice cream?
No, thank you very much anyway. I appreciate obviously I'm in here in a different capacity to obviously what those people are here for. However, obviously because you are on a road, then you understand that.
I'm not actually on a road, am I?
Road up publicly, you are.
I'm not on the road now. I am not on the road. Yeah?
I'm not going to argue.
No, but I'm not on the road now.
That's if you want to get your camera and point it to that wheel is on the road.
But of the vehicle has to be on the road. It does.
It can be within a certain meterage of.
Well, I beg to disagree.
Right,
anyway.
Right, anyway, I'm not trying to get into an argument with you in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying to you, obviously, that because you're on the road, I could ask you to obviously produce your documents in relation to this vehicle, right? So have you got those documents with you now?
No, you could ask me to do that.
Yes.
And you see, I understand now that I am in commerce.
In where? So
I am now in commerce.
Right, I don't understand what you're saying.
Well, I'm selling things to the public, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
So that means I am bringing to and from goods. That means I am in commerce.
Yeah.
Do you know what a driver? Do you know what the definition of a driver is?
Right, go on.
I tell you, a lot of police constables do not know what the law actually is, yeah? And the law is common law, and it's not statute law, and you taught statute laws.
Right.
Now, I'm already taking a police officer to court. I'm suing him because he arrested me because I wouldn't give him my name, because I wasn't obliged to, because I hadn't committed a criminal offence.
Right.
So he's now going to court. I've got all the paperwork with me. I always carry it with me.
That's fine.
But
I'm not disputing.
I'll tell you something now, yeah?
Yeah.
Because it's in commerce,
Yeah.
it's taxed, it's MOT, it's insured, and I also have public liability.
Yeah.
It's all there.
That's wonderful that you've got. I'm pleased you've got all that.
So you got to keep one step ahead of these council people.
Right. Well, I don't need to keep.
They try to enforce statutes and they say I need a licence, but what do I need a licence for when I already have the right to do it? It's a right that's been deceptively hidden via legislation. They've hidden it. They've hidden our right to travel on the roads in a car.
Yeah.
They've took it all away from us, and now we have to pay for it.
Right. Obviously, I mean, I wasn't party to the discussion that you've.
Well, you're just there to keep the peace. You was there to keep the peace, and that's what you are there for. You're employed to keep the peace, and you're a public servant. So you have to act in the best interest of the people.
Precisely, and that's what I will always do, and always have done in the many years that I've been in the police service.
I understand. I had a police officer here a couple of weeks ago having a chat with me, just telling me how he had a bad back and how he was claiming PPI. And everyone to their own.
Yeah, precisely. Right. So
But I do have all the documents for this.
Right. Yeah. So are you not just going to obviously sort that out with them now, or not?
There's nothing they can do. To be honest,
I'm not getting involved.
I'll tell you now. There is nothing they can do. Right. Absolutely nothing.
Well,
have you heard of a notice of claim of right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you know what one is then?
I've got an idea. Yeah.
Right. Well, there's one in there, yeah? It's a 15-page contract, and David Cameron has a copy of that. So if there's any breaches, then I have a fee schedule which will be activated. So them trying to tell me I need to go to court, and I need this and I need that, I don't, because I've already claimed my rights as a human being of what I am entitled to do. I don't go around breaking the law. I just know the law. I know the common law.
Right. Right.
And I wouldn't break any law.
Right.
And the common law rule is thou shalt not cause harm, loss or injury to another.
Right. So do you live locally then?
I do, yes.
Right. That's right. Yeah. That's all right. Well, I'll leave you get on then.
Yeah, just send away the bad boys. Give them away, look. Good luck with your quest.
Right.
But you do know you merely are playing roles.
I was just going to say,
That's all you're doing.
There's members of the public here that want to report things off you and they may not want to be subjected to.
Well, I've also claimed the right to freedom of speech. Cause
I'm not disputing that, but regardless of freedom of speech, there's also then, your own common morals and things like that, isn't there?
absolutely. Well, no, I think people should be educated.
I know that, but there's small children there, isn't there? And they don't need to see arguments.
Anyway,
It doesn't matter whether they understand or not. They understand an argument, whatever language that's in, isn't it? I just think that's, it's reasonable.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
absolutely.
That's all I'm saying. I know you've come. You've
Everybody has their own opinions, and
Well, they do.
I respect your opinion.
Yeah, but you can appreciate what I'm saying about obviously children not,
Yeah,
not being
absolutely.
exposed to things
Yeah.
that they don't need to.
See that gentleman over there who's holding the clipboard?
Yeah.
He's trying to caution me.
Right. Well,
No.
he's done what he's done, and regardless, whatever your thoughts are.
At the end of the day, the only people who have the power are yourselves. But you only have the power if we give it to you. They can't do anything. I'm a free man on the land.
That's fine. No bother. All right. Take care now.
Anyway, best regards. And off they go.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, is life worth living? Should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get a crack to the kids who the hell cares. One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them dope and let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as your brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And